Yo, what's up everyone? This is Lachie Brown here. Well, heading to be on the way to the Essendon Melbourne game on Saturday. Filling in for most of the YouTubers who are going to the Barossa Valley earlier today to watch the North Melbourne game against the Brisbane Lions. As you guys might have seen some supporters of North Melbourne and Brisbane Lions as I'm down on the other side of the train station heading to Gawler. While most of us, those who are going to the Essendon Melbourne game, they're on the train on the way to the city. Anyways, we'll see you soon for the game. Sorry, I forgot to do this recording because my camera was off. Anyways, take it with the pizza review. Well, I'd have to give that a 10 out of 10 to pizza. Nothing wrong with an authentic Italian dish, just like Petrarca's Nonna's cooking. Yep. And he does a really good job at it. Looks like how he cooked up Melbourne pretty successful for 1 year. Well, third quarter's nearly underway in the Barossa Valley. Scores at half-time at North Melbourne 5-6-36 to Brisbane 5-2-30 to Brisbane 4-8-32. Second quarter so far at Adelaide Oval. It's Essendon 3-5-23 to Melbourne 4-1-25. Looking like a close one here. Essendon have shown pretty good fight in this game compared to what they had in since like round 11 last season. That was their last win. Could they win a game for the first time in feels like ages? Or will it be 3 in a row for Melbourne? Well, inaccuracy is starting to catch up to Essendon at the moment. Scores are Bombers 4-7-31, Melbourne 8-1-49. And while we're doing this recording, just gonna take a look at the score update from the Barossa game between North Melbourne and the Brisbane Lions. Normal service is somehow resumed in the Barossa. Scoreboard is Brisbane Lions 7-11-53 to North Melbourne 5-7-37. The Lions lead by 16 points. In the Ashcroft-Sheasel derby. Sheasel's not won a game against Ashcroft yet. If North Melbourne can come back, well, we could see Sheasel finally get on the board against Will Ashcroft. Score update in the Barossa Valley. Brisbane Lions are currently up 86-65 against the Kangaroos. Brisbane are currently leading by 21 against North.
Okay, yeah.
As I've just checked the scores. And there is some cheering going on for Bombers supporters. They got the ball. Here's Isaac Kako up forward, lining up the goal. Just outside 50 on a slight angle. Surely it's going to be 50. 50-metre penalty. Oh my days. What were Melbourne thinking? Melbourne just conceded a 50-metre penalty. Here's Isaac Kako. He's kicked it. What a goal. Essendon by 11 points here at Adelaide Oval on Gather Round. Well, this is the best I've seen Essendon all season. And they haven't been doing really good the first 4 weeks of the 2026 season.
Why?
Well, if Gather Round had basically started 30 years ago, I reckon. Let's have a go to Essendon. They lead by 28 points. Anyways, back to the 1996 Gather Round hypothetical. Let's say if you had to start it in Adelaide as a replacement for the F1s, I'd probably go round 3. For that one, Friday night, I'd probably have Crows Cats at Footy Park. Saturday would have been Footscray Fitzroy at Nord. Melbourne at St Kilda at Glenelg. You would have had Hawthorn and North Melbourne at Adelaide Oval. Yes, the twilight game, while the night game would be Brisbane Bears and Richmond at Footy Park. Sunday would have been Essendon and West Coast at Footy Park at 12:10. Later on would have been Swans Collingwood at Adelaide Oval. Plugger versus South Rocker. And the other game you would have had the last game at a round be Freo and Carlton at Footy Park. The game Freo scored an upset in real life at Perth. And anyways, it's another mark by the Bombers, and that has been taken by Archie May. He hasn't played in the win yet at Essendon. This could be his afternoon. This could finally be his time to shine. He's due for a win. Lines up the goal. Can he extend the lead to 34 in favour of Essendon? Goes for goal. It is a goal. They could be on their way to win number 1 for 2026. Well, round 3 at the Festival of Footy here as the Sydney and Gold Coast game is currently in progress at Norwood Oval. As I last checked, it looks like the Swans were last time I checked, the Swans are winning by about 20 points. And I thought Gold Coast haven't so much fight in this game without Christian Petrarca. So he's out injured still without Hammy. Once Petrarca's back to play alongside Anderson and Rao, oh boy, watch out for the Gold Coast Suns. Well, game 6 to go around. Bulldogs Hawthorn at Adelaide Oval. The Swans won by 32 points at Norwood Oval earlier against the Gold Coast. Well, this will be my last game I go around to go to. As on Sunday, I'm going to be might not have been doing anything. I might be retiring to go around filming for the year and getting back to the normal service next week in round 6. Well, number 26 for the Dogs, Dolan, he's absolutely shanked it. It's Hawthorn 6-4-40 to Western Bulldogs 2-5-7-8 on game 6 of Gavaround. Anyways, Kennedy's got the ball for the Dogs and straight to Hardwick. AKA Hardwick, AKA Denner Jr. Hawthorn are moving around freely. Here's Dylan Moore. Straight to Nash. Connor Nash has been playing pretty good since they moved to the midfield. He finds Weddle. He finds Battle, the All-Australian centre-half back last year. Ginnivan. MP. MP finds Battle. Back to MP. MP for Hawthorn. Gives it off. Meek. Whoa, can't get to it. That was Reeves.
Yep.
The backup ruckman for Hawthorn is Meek, wears 17 still.
Yep.
And I thought he was wearing 7.
Yep.
And that Reeves was the tap.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, it's a kick up. Hawthorn get the ball. Anyone take a mark or go for a crumb? Meek almost got what is. O'Donnell finds. Oh, Williams finds the boundary. He played pretty good. Really good 3 weeks ago against Adelaide. Hopefully he plays well in 4 weeks against Port Adelaide. Here's Connor McDonald.
Here we go.
Might be another score review. What's the pop? I don't know. I can't remember when was the last time they did a proper score review. Was it 2011? Gotta get back to the original 2012 vision, thank you. With the score reviews. If you want to... Well,
Don't let it have food.
one more quarter to go of this gather round episode of the podcast. I think on Sunday's episode, I might be doing some recording from home because I'm kind of a bit knackered with this. And four games of footy. So I'm not going to be going to any of the games on Sunday. I thought it's probably right to have a rest day. Scores are on now. We got Hawthorn 10-13-73, Western Bulldogs 6-13-49. Oh no! Well, it's not a good kick though from. Not a good finish though from the Dogs. They just went straight to the umpires.
Oh, really?
You all right, Dad?
Yeah, I think so.
Got it. And it's Hawthorn got to play on once. Well, it's basically like Hawthorn 10 years ago, getting all these umpire play on calls. Hashtag free kick Hawthorn.
Yeah.
I remember this is like when I watched the Bulldogs Hawthorn game 10 years ago in Melbourne. It was free. It was free. It was no free kick Bulldogs. I remember I was there secretly cheering on them for them to win that game in round 3. This is before I knew some of the Hawthorn lads.